Hello everyone, you have reached the third tier of Inside Scoop, or fourth tier I think. So I'm Patty Cullen, President and CEO of Care Providers in Minnesota, and our lobbyists are all at the Capitol. This is the first committee deadline week, and so it has been an extremely busy week. So you get me, talk a little bit about what's going on and to encourage you to take some action. Yesterday was our day at the Capitol. Thank you very much to all of those who came and met with their legislators at the Capitol. If you are not already connected to social media, check out our Facebook and Twitter page where we have lovely pictures of some of our attendees. The message that we left with them as well as with you today is you need to make sure you contact your legislators. If you haven't already contacted your legislators about the 5% increase for the elderly waiver program and about the swing bed bill, which we oppose, please do so today. And here's where you could reach your legislator. Right here, where my fingers are moving. This past week, we have had hearings on every one of our bills. Our moratorium bill we testified on, the microsimulation bill, which is the Own Your Future initiative we testified on, our nursing facility bills for both the moratorium, technology, and the technical corrections for the payment reform bill all advanced through committee, so we are on track with those. We also had a hearing with many interesting amendments on our 5% bill. We still encourage you to call your legislators to say support the 5% increase. The amendments would further encumber the proposal as well as require the Department of Human Services to come up with a plan on how to increase minimum wage for direct care workers to $15 an hour. In spite of those rather political amendments, we support the initiative and encourage you to say support Senate File 2310 and House File 564, and that's the Best Life Alliance, which we participate in. That is their increase. The swing bed bill that I mentioned briefly a few minutes ago is a proposal that's been introduced in both the House and the Senate. Senate File 3218, House File 3613. It's a proposal brought forward by the Mayo Health System, but it impacts every critical access hospital that has swing bed usage in the state, expanding the number of swing bed days that they can utilize. We have significant concerns about the impact of that proposal on our post-acute care utilization in our SNF buildings, and believe that it's a proposal that is too broadly written to impact an issue that only affected one of their critical access easy for me to say, access hospitals in 2015. So we do pledge that we will continue to work with Mayo in the interim to figure out mutually beneficial solutions, but the bill they propose really only helps them. In addition to all of that, those activities, next week is second committee deadline, so all the policy bills have to have passed off the floors or the committees in the House and Senate both and head to the next stage. There are no budget targets, so we're unsure about the likelihood of the full 5% proposal passing. In the House, that 5% grew to 7% based on some committee amendments, and again, that just adds to the fiscal note. We do believe that targets will happen a little bit later this year because they're still struggling with how to meet the transportation and bonding issues. We also took action on several other initiatives relating to workforce. We put some amendments on a workforce commission to include long-term care. That's a proposal being brought forward. Our workforce bill that asks for some funding through the Department of Employment and Education, Employment and Economic Development, that's where the money's going to. So that bill also advanced, asking for some new opportunities for promotion of our profession. And other than that, I think that we're set. Please make sure that you have contacted your legislators, and if you haven't done so yet, there is still time. I think that's it for this week's Inside Scoop. Next week, I am hoping you have the lead lobbyist or the second in command, because this fourth tier is for the birds. Thanks.